And in terms of your own role in the company, what's the biggest kind of shift or change been for you over the years?
I think this is like, I'm like a little snake. Every 6 months my skin shades and I'm like a different person. And you have to be. Prior to doing this business, you know, I never did a desk job, ever in my life. So having to build a team, that was like a bit of a shock. Like, and people looking up to you for every decision that you make. And it's like, and now I feel like I'm a parent of like 17, 18 people. You know, like, I don't have any children of my own, so so I think like those are the changes. The people side was like definitely the hardest part to learn and adapt. Whereas if you're talking about the technical and logistics and marketing, all this kind of thing, you have to learn. Like, there's no way that you can duck and dive, you know, because even when you bring an expert or very senior people in the team, you need to understand what they're talking about, otherwise it won't make sense. So yeah, constantly learning and evolving.
And you mentioned there kind of having advisors, having that external support or people coming in with the experience. How important do you think being part of the UK and technology and women's health ecosystems has been for the development of WUKA?
I think one thing I would say is like, never be afraid or ashamed to ask. Like, I think that's one of the biggest barriers for quite a lot of people. Even today, one of my favorite things is like to do a PR. And even till today, pretty much every morning, my morning starts with like 9 to 9:30, just reaching out to journalists and telling who you are and what you do. And you meet so many people along the way. Some people will take your story and run. Some people will be like, nah, actually maybe this is not for me, kind of way. And I think you need to keep on doing that so that you don't feel afraid to go and ask. All of my mentor, advisor that I've ever met has always been like, I went and I asked like, okay, could you help me with this, kind of way. Right now I'm like this part of this incredible group called Buy Women Build. And these are like the consumer brand cohort of like incredible 1,800 businesses in there. But pretty much you will find somebody in that very startup journey to midway to scaling and exited as well. One great thing about that is you can literally email anyone or pick up any phone to anybody and ask about like their experience, and that has been like just life-changing, you know, like, and we'll talk about fundraising and all this kind of thing later on, but those were the moment I just felt like, okay, I need somebody who's been there, done that, to tell me whether this is right or wrong, and that is very important.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you kind of take that previous experience of others into account? Yeah.